Hello again. We're back. Today I figured out the mic. It should sound a lot better, not nearly as muffled. You might hear some background noise, but that is at the cost of sounding more clear. So anyway, today's topic is TCGs and how I got into them. Kind of my history, my background with them. One of my members suggested this, so shout out to you. Thank you for the suggestion. So we're going to start with the easiest one to get out of the way. Magic, I have no history with. Honestly, I didn't know Magic even existed until I was, I don't even know, like 2-3 years ago. Around the time that I started this channel is when I learned about Magic. Honestly, never knew about it as a kid. Just wasn't on my radar, nothing like that. So sadly, I don't have any cool stories about that. So Magic players, sorry. We'll start with the next easiest one, Pokemon. Pokemon, I did grow up with. I grew up with the card game and with the actual video games. I was more of a video game person. We collected the cards back in the day, but didn't really care about them. You know, we had some Charizards, some Charmanders, some Pikachus. They were all like the original ones, and then we sold them in the garage sale because we were kids. We didn't care. It didn't matter to us that much. But I played the games, and I have a game right here, Alpha Sapphire. Did not grow up with this one. Obviously, this is the remake one, but I grew up with games like, what was it, Leaf Green. Leaf Green was my favorite Pokemon game ever. I played all of them, like all the yellow, red, Leaf Green. Oh, I'm forgetting the other ones. There was a silver one. I forget all their proper names, but I played them quite frequently. My brothers had them all, and I played them inherently. But this little dude right here, if you guys remember, the OG Game Boy, man, I played Leaf Green so much. It's where I got my love for grass-type Pokemon. Honestly, it is the main influence, which is why I'm trying to do my grass collection now, because it was always my dream as a kid to have a huge grass collection. The card game, though, didn't pick back up until I started the channel. Once again, all the Pokemon craze during COVID and everything, I was like, wow, people still care about Pokemon cards? Like, I played Pokemon Go before the pandemic. I believe it was before the pandemic, whatever it was. But it was cool. It was cool. I like Pokemon. I have a good history with it. It's an enjoyable game. Just kind of, I was more of a video game person, and I still am. I'm way more into the video games than I am the card game. That's not the case for other games, like the next one that we're going to talk about, which will take the longest, Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my gosh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my favorite at everything. I love Magic. Magic's pretty close, I'm not going to lie to you. But Yu-Gi-Oh! It's got a special place in my heart. Honestly, it's got a special place in my heart. It is something I grew up with. We watched on TV, we watched the anime. I've never seen the entire series in whole. I've only seen episodes off and on. I need to actually sit down and watch it all. But we saw that. We started getting into the card game, me and my brothers. We played it a lot. We played more playground rules, you know. We didn't play like by the actual game rules. But I specifically have memories of, you know, Exodia. My brother played with a lot of Pegasus cards. There's the one with like the 3 heads, and it's wearing like a orange robe. I'll try and throw up a picture of it if I can find it. If not, I'm sorry. But you know what I'm talking about. It was like a big card that Pegasus used. And yeah, we played it mildly, and then we kind of got rid of our collection. We just sold it in the garage sale. Honestly, we didn't take care of the cards at all. They were beat up. I took mine to school every once in a while, and I'd play with some friends there. We would play out in the street. No sleeves, nothing, just cards on concrete, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was great. In the grass, you know, under trees. It was fun. It was a fun time, you know. They were pile decks. They weren't anything crazy like constructed. We just threw cards that we liked in it. Sometimes we probably had like 5 of one card in it. I don't care. We had a great time with it. It was enjoyable. But my love for Yu-Gi-Oh! Came from the video games. that's going to sound wild because not everyone feels that way. A lot of people just have the anime and that's what made them fall in love. The video games did it for me. So we had the original Yu-Gi-Oh! What was it? It was a really hard one for PS1 or whatever. You're back in the old times and then you go to the future and you got to fight everyone. Whatever. It was really hard, annoying. It had all the moon symbols and everything, like Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, all that stuff. It was annoying, but we played it to death. And then we got my favorite game, and the game that I played probably days of my life of. Honestly, days of my life. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of Roses. Okay, this game, there's the back of it. Look at that. Got Dark Magician. You could get 3 of the cards. I don't have those 3 because we were kids and we probably just threw them away or something. But this game, it blew my mind. It was, if you never played it, it's almost like a board game. You're playing a board game essentially, but with Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters. And fusions are different. You don't use like polymerization or whatever. You can just fuse monsters by mashing them together. It was so dope. Oh, it was so cool. You have a deck leader, and certain deck leaders would have certain effects or whatever if you leveled them up all the way. Oh, I loved it. And that's where I got my love for Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts, if you guys don't know. That card is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card ever. It is up there right next to Gate Guardian. But Pumpkin, beautiful. In that game, basically, if you had him on the field, I believe it was in defense, you would power your monsters up every turn. All your zombie monsters, let me reframe that. And so I always built a zombie deck. I was a huge zombie fan, or machines. The machines in that game were so good. They were so good. You had Metal Zoa, Slot Machine. What was the big Machine King? Machine King would power up all of your machine monsters. It was great. It was a fun time. If you've never played Duelist of Roses, go play it. Try and figure out how to play it. I wish Konami would remaster the game because, oh, I spent a lot of my childhood playing it, and then I dropped it, went into school. High school, I started playing it again. It just a not okay amount of it. I played so much of it. And then during COVID, I picked it back up again and I started playing it again. Played another just ungodly amount of the game. It's great. It's a great game. And that's really what hooked me into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was seeing all these pack opening channels and I was like, hey, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. You know, I want to open that. And then I started opening it, getting more into the actual card game. Master Duel came out, got really into it, played Master Duel a ton. Me and my friend for a while played Duelist, Legacy of the Duelist, I think it was. Played a ton of that. Gladiator Beast were my deck of choice in that game. I loved Glad Beast. Wish they would get good support or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Now you're caught up. You're like modern day. I just like pack opening. Not for value or anything. I love these card games. I have a genuine passion for these card games. And I think this is going to be my life. Even if like YouTube were to fail or whatever, you know, we got hit by a solar flare and all the electronics went out, I would still love these games and I would still try to make my life around them somehow. I have a passion for it and I want to see more people get into it because I think it's a very inviting, non-judgy zone. There's some everywhere, but for the most part, it's pretty open. It's just a bunch of weirdos. We're just a bunch of weirdos opening packs, playing games. It's fun. So that's it. If you guys like these videos, let me know by leaving a like, leaving a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe if you're not. We have memberships now. If you want to be a member, you can. It really supports the channel, like really supports the channel. And also you can do super thanks. That also supports. I don't think anyone's done one yet, which is fine. Don't feel like you have to. Just saying. And yeah, leave a comment also of what you want me to talk about. I always prioritize membership comments first. So like whatever they want me to talk about will become what I talk about first. But always I'll look in the comments and see what to talk about next. If not, I'll figure it out. There's tons to talk about. So yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.